Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially our anniversary.
Woohoo! Comm Talk's not you and I's.
Yeah, that's true. What is happening here? Celeste, something's happening on the planet Geekery right this second.
Glix, Priority Alpha Command, open comms, now.
Loading Geek Culture language patches. Loading spiritual applications. Loading grace and hope directives. Comms opening in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Devoted Geeks. Welcome to Comm Talk, podcast extension of the Geek Devotions, show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting you know that you are loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you guys can hit the play button today on episode 213
Woohoo!
of Geek Devotions. Joining me is my beautiful redheaded bride,
Celeste.
and we are so glad to have you guys here with us as we celebrate our anniversary, I guess.
Yeah. This week, Comm Talk turned 9 years old.
9 years of doing a podcast on and off.
And we only have 213 episodes.
Indeed. So we thought we'd give you guys a little bit life update, geek culture update, kind of what we're doing, and kind of reminisce maybe a little bit on Comm Talk for the last 9 years.
The life geeky update will be a reminiscent in and of itself, because that's kind of how we started.
It is.
Was just talking about the things that we were doing in the geek world.
Mm-hmm. Trying to remember what our first episode of Comm Talk
was about Free Comic Book Day.
It was. I was trying to go back in our feed. I remember that I can't necessarily do that with because we had an incident. So, so for those who don't know, our first podcast when we first started this, we did Free Comic Book Day, and hopefully you guys, it is in the feed somewhere. You guys can find it.
Yes,
but it's a little out of order. But when we first started Comm Talk, our quality was very different back then. We were just trying.
One mic. It was a snowball.
No,
it was the lapel mic that we put on Azul.
Yeah, so Azul's a stuffed Triceratops that we have.
We used his little Triceratops frill as to bounce back the sound.
Yeah, to kind of absorb sound that's around it.
That too.
To act as a sound absorber. And we had gone to Free Comic Book Day at Excalibur Comics, and we came back and we did a podcast about it immediately, and talked about the books we had gotten.
Oh, I guess we could get the books that we got for Free Comic Book Day last week.
We could.
And talk about those if we wanted to.
We might do that here in a minute. Yeah.
Maybe.
So here in a little bit we'll do that. We'll have to pause and we'll go get them. Probably it'll be after the commercial break. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do that after the commercial break.
After the commercial break, we'll talk about Free Comic Book Day, and which is actually different names now. So we're gonna do that. But so we did several episodes. We've had several guests on. We did a Christmas series. It was our first a big Christmas event where we did Geekmas, and we had Carlos Renfro on. We had Ben from Strangers and Aliens on.
Yeah.
To talk about the what do you call it? Movies that were not Christmas movies, basically. And it was good times. And then our host at the time did us dirty.
I don't even remember the name of it anymore.
It was called Pod Garden.
Oh, Podcast Garden.
Yeah. It was a cheap podcast host at the time.
And by cheap, we mean free.
No, it wasn't free.
Oh, it wasn't.
No,
You're right. It wasn't. They charged us.
We were paying for it. and we started getting messages from some listeners. They were saying, "Hey, your old stuff, I can't get in my feed. You can go to our website, our the Pod Garden website and list it, but you couldn't get it properly." And we're like, "What the heck, man?" And all of a sudden, we had no access to log in or anything. And we realized we had to get out of these guys' space here. And by the time we were able to do what we needed to do, we had lost the first 13 episodes of our show.
Yep.
And so we jumped through hoops. We bit the bullet and we paid for Podbean. And we've been going through here. And then, praise the Lord, our good friend, John Haryu, worked his magic and recovered all 13 episodes that were lost for us.
Somehow.
And so we've been here since May 9th, 2020 on this RSS feed. So shout out to John for helping us recover all of our stuff that we were missing. I'm trying to figure out how many episodes we did. So we started with episode 14 on May 9th. And 2020 was just a weird year, you guys.
It was, but we were also a little bit more regular because I was recording podcasts during the time frame that I was off work.
This is true. All right, so it looks like, so May 20th we did that, and then our first episode was episode 71, so 14 to 71. So we got 71 episodes in before we hit 2020.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Of course, we were a lot more regular back then, too. We were like twice a month with a podcast.
Yeah.
And we were covering things like, I'm looking at the quarantine episodes right now. We did, Superman month or decade, felt like.
The Superman district was rough on us.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm laughing at these titles. I'm going back through it. We had GeekCon Road Trip. This is where, right after GeekCon, on the way home, we would record a podcast. We talked about, The Gifted. You remember that series?
Yes.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was episode 42.
Fittingly.
Yep. And I think that's actually when we introduced Glix properly because everyone misheard me saying quick. They all thought I said Glix.
Yep.
We had the Godzilla series. And special shout out also, I'm just going to say this out there. I'm man enough to admit I slurred my words. And I owned what everyone was thinking. Everyone thought I said Glix. It was quick, so we just added Glix.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious where Salvo Authority is.
Justice for Salvo.
Anyways, but this has been a interesting venue for us.
It has.
What has been the best part of doing Comm Talk specifically for you?
I just think that it's the not that our devotions aren't random, but it's the ability to just sit here and talk.
Yeah.
Like talk to each other, talk about what we're geeking out about. There's people who respond to us in our Discord now. When we put out a Comm Talk, they're like, "Oh, you said this."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I did." Because afterwards, I don't think about it because I'm not the one editing it most of the time, so I don't think about what I said.
Right.
But it's been, I think it helped build more community.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because for a while it's like we didn't have the community with it because we're just throwing it out there. No one's commenting.
It took a while for it to catch with anything. Of course, then we became super irregular at the same time. And there's the balance of that. But and that has been interesting. I remember in the early days of the podcast, we would announce the Geek of the Month.
Oh, yeah.
And it was
First it was the Geek of the Week, and then we did Geek of the Month.
Yeah, because we didn't have that many people commenting on our stuff. Oh, my gosh. I actually stole the idea from another podcast. I can't remember what it's called, Nerd something. And it's a guy who does a deep dive into comic books and stuff like that and lore. And he would do the fan of the week, and it was, you get this big invisible prize basically. And but it really has become a really interesting way for us to interact with our community. I don't want to say fans because what we're building here isn't necessarily that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not about us necessarily. I mean, we are inextricably linked with Geek Devotions. But Geek Devotions is not about us. Geek Devotions and Comm Talk is about
the community.
The community, us loving God and loving geeks.
Exactly. And so it's kind of a different vibe. We've tried a lot of things over the years with Comm Talk.
A lot of things.
We hit topics, we hit certain things, but really what it's kind of settled into is just this is our way of communicating with people, doing live. Yes, we will review things, we'll talk about stuff, but hopefully this is hey guys, we're real people for you guys. Listen, I know in the early days I think we were trying to copy other podcasts like Strangers and Aliens, the Geeks Under Grace podcast, stuff like that, which is go listen to those guys. They're amazing podcasts.
They're doing great stuff.
And
but that's not us.
Yeah. I still like we're still going to sit down and we're still going to be like, hey, we're going to talk about this topic today.
Right.
But the way that we do this, I feel like, and let us know, guys who listen, if I'm off base, but it just feels like we're being more honest about stuff here.
Well, it's again,
not that they're not being honest.
Yeah,
they're
being honest, but we're being more transparent, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Hopefully this feels like you guys are just in the room with us.
I feel like that if you listen to Strangers and Aliens, you get a sense of who Ben Avery is. That's not a put on, but they don't. I haven't listened to in a while, but they don't necessarily talk about what they're doing in their regular life.
Yeah.
So it's not as transparent and open and honest about them personally.
Yeah, definitely. And so, but that's just kind of who we are, what we've been doing. And so, and for 9 years, we've had a variety of guests on, and we've had some side shows that were in it. We had B's Views and Reviews for a while.
Yep.
We've had the Casual Gamer Society for a while. And I say for a while because one of the things I've enjoyed about having this format and people coming in and partnering with us is it was giving voice to people. And some of them have taken stuff and moved on to other things. And I feel like that their voices are valuable to you guys who are listening.
Yeah.
John is working in the background on trying to recraft the loft and how that looks like and how that functions. We've out of it. I've learned a little bit, and we've like, okay, we want to do something about movies. Let's do a whole separate feed just for that, because there's people who just want that.
Yeah.
And then we have we read allegedly and all these other things that we have kind of out there, and we want you guys to check those out. And part of that, just so you guys know, like for things like Casual Gamer Society, what I told John and Dave was, look, this is y'all's show. Now, and this is the policy for all of our people who have written for us, who have done podcasts for us. These are your creations. Now, you've given it to us for Geek Devotions. If what's in our feed, it's our stuff on our feed. But if you come to me and you go, hey, I want to use this podcast for my own feed, go for it. Be blessed. Go. We're going to keep what we have on our site, but go and start your own thing.
Right.
And if you've written an article for us, go publish it on your own stuff and build up a thing. If at any point in time John comes to me and he's like, you know what, I'm going to take the bottom shelf, I'm going to run with it. Brother, be blessed, rock and roll, and grow it into something amazing. If you and Squid and you guys want to do something with we read allegedly, take it outside of the Geek Devotions umbrella, be blessed. But and I say that because of this. I've seen so many times where people have done stuff for organizations. It's such a closed thing. It's about the business. And whereas we have been very intentional about, it's about a relationship with people.
Well, and again, it's the difference between we're a ministry.
Yeah.
Geek Devotions is a ministry. We can call it whatever we want when we're talking to people who are not of like faith. Or we don't think that they'll understand. I've definitely said, oh, we do a YouTube show or we do a podcast, and not said ministry specifically. But we look at Geek Devotions as a ministry. And as a result, it's not about building us up. It's about building up God. And if God wants to use the people who are helping us with Geek Devotions in other things, then who are we to stand in the way?
Exactly. And again, this is all relational. We try our best not to have people do stuff that we don't have a relationship with. And now we have some people that we have relationships are different.
Right.
And we'll bring in guests for stuff. But hopefully everyone who's been part of the show and part of things, hopefully they know that we genuinely care about them.
I hope so.
In some fashion, So question for you guys, who are the longtime listeners of Comm Talk. What is your opinion on Comm Talk? What is it like for you listening to it? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Do you wish we played games on the show? I don't know. I feel like Francisco's like in the middle of commenting. Give me more StarCraft.
Yes. We did try that once. We tried to play early in streaming.
Yeah.
We tried to stream and play games at the same time, and it was chaotic.
We were doing a Mario game, and I think we got flagged on YouTube for
it. Probably.
So, but yeah. So, but let us know, guys. Anything else you want to say, babe, about the last 9 years of podcasting?
Thank you for continuing to listen. Thank you for putting up with us as we try to get through life and getting all of this out and our irregularity. Because legitimately I feel bad because I know that there are people who look forward to these episodes. Yeah. It's like I know when an episode we read allegedly is late that Mama Squid is sad.
Yeah.
Because she listens to it. She looks forward to it.
You made Mama Squid sad?
I did.
Shame on you, Celeste.
And
repent.
Like, I know she understands, but because I have pseudo relationship with her, I have a relationship with her like I do any of my other mom's friends. Friends' moms. Friends' moms is what I meant to say.
Sure.
And that I'm like, I don't want to, I know that's something she looks forward to. I don't want to disappoint her.
Yeah.
So.
Totally get that. Let me ask this before we switch gears. What has been your favorite part of podcasting for the last 9 years? Like maybe episode or something we've done or, whatever. What's been your favorite part about it outside the community? Because I feel like the community has been the best part for us.
Yeah. Community has been the best part. I think just getting to talk about stuff. Because, we did a 2-part series talking about all of the Alien movies.
We did.
And it wasn't that we necessarily, it wasn't good for SEO. It was just we were watching the Alien movies, and we needed to talk about it.
Yep. That's sorry, guys. That was my phone.
Mine also went off, so... that was the ability to just shout into the void.
The void.
And the void listen.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man. So, all right, cool beans. Well, guys, I think my favorite part that's one of those things is we had that, but just seeing the evolution of it, the growth. I look at it. This sounds. I'm happy that we have grown and progressed the way we have.
Yeah.
I go back and listen to early Comm Talk, early Geek Devotions. I'm like, good golly, it was atrocious.
We don't know why y'all kept listening.
And but this is the deal. Even though we've grown, you guys have stuck behind us and been part of that journey for us. So we genuinely appreciate it, guys. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. Let's go to a commercial break, and then we will come back. Feeling fed up with modern games stuffed with microtransactions and lifeless battle passes? Sick of movies that have more agenda than heart? Wish you could hit the rewind button and relive the glory days of gaming and cinema? Then hop aboard the Retro Rewind Podcast, your ticket back to the golden era of entertainment. Every other week, Francisco, Paul, and their time-traveling crew of guest hosts dive into movies and games from 15 years ago to see that they still hold up today. Expect wild banter, fun facts, and all the nostalgic feels, because this crew is totally out of time. Stream Retro Rewind Podcast on your favorite podcast app or head over to firejoystudios.com to start your journey through time. Don't just relive the past, rewind it with style.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
And we are back. We hope you guys check out the individuals that are in the break advertisement that I'll put in after I do this. I don't know who I'm advertising.
We'll figure it out.
We will. So, through the magic of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about, we're just being real with you. it has been, well, it's been like a minute and a half for you guys. It's been about 2.5 hours for us.
Yep.
we literally had just finished up the first segment. We got a phone call. Had to run out and go help somebody with some stuff at their house. We got back home and cooked ourselves some dinner.
This is the real life. It isn't fantasy.
Facts. Like, this is just, again, this is what we do.
If it wasn't for the fact that I was already starting to get like to the point of where I was like, I should eat.
Yeah.
Before we were like, well, let's record the podcast and then we'll eat.
Right.
And then the call came and we're like, oh, okay, well, we'll do that. And so that's why eating took priority over getting back in here.
Indeed. So, excuse me. So, as we said in the front end of the show, Free Comic Book Day took place. And so we have both grabbed our stacks of comics. How many do you have over there?
Let me count.
I got 2, 4.
Stop saying numbers.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. So Celeste is counting carefully. She has so many over there.
8.
Okay, I have 7.
Okay.
So here's what we're gonna do. I want you to choose 3 of the most interesting ones that you think look interesting.
Okay.
For us to talk about for today's podcast. Each one's different. I'm gonna grab the 2 that I've already read. And then I'm gonna grab no, not that one. I'm gonna grab grab that one. That looks good. So, all right. I'm gonna put these down on the ground. And Celeste is still slowly picking hers out. Trying to figure out what's going on.
Don't rush me.
I'm not Russian. I'm Mexican.
Very funny.
I am.
That is an accurate statement, but it was not a humorous one.
All right, so Free Comic Book Day. We went to it. And first off, I want to put this out here. Free Comic Book Day has changed.
Yeah.
So for a little bit of comic book history, you have this thing called Diamond, which has been like the main distributor. And it is like the only distributor. And basically it's falling apart. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a much more complicated issue than I fully understand. So I'm not going to try to explain it completely. Bottom line is there's been a disruption with how comics are distributed as a whole.
There are problems in River City.
Yeah. And so with that, Free Comic Book Day was a little bit different. Because now there's kind of like 2 companies doing it. You have what we have. If you went to Free Comic Book Day, you'll see at the top of it the logo for it. And you have your traditional one, Free Comic Book Day edition. And these are issues that are excuse me, that they've put out. And they're normally like promos about something coming out, something big. The other one, which is primarily being done by Fox and basically anything owned by Disney, is called Comics Giveaway Day.
I just realized that all 3 of mine are Comics Giveaway Day things.
Yeah.
And I don't think that looking at it, at least glancing at them, I don't think I have any of the Free Comic Book Day ones on mine.
I think most of mine are comics. I only got a couple of them that are Free Comic Books Day. 2 of which I'm holding and we're going to talk about today real quick. And so
I got 2.
Okay. So we're kind of in this interesting time frame of comic book world history right now because of the way that things are being distributed, there's a big shakeup. Comics are trying to figure life out right now anyways. Over the last several years, there's been a massive decline of comic books. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. But there's been a massive decline of comic books being read and interest in it. And some of it is just, a lot of it has been boiled down to just not good storytelling.
Right.
And things just being put out there that people just didn't think about it. And it's almost worse than it was in the 90s. When in the 90s, it got really wild. And because you had the whole like, oh, comics are going to be worth $1,000 in the future. And they were just pumping out special edition stuff. And there was no real thought to stories. But so I'm intrigued to see where we will be here in the next couple of years with comic book histories. But let's jump into it. Celeste, what's the first book that you have that you're like, you know what, I'm looking forward to reading?
I pulled a Avatar Legends book.
Oh.
And I'm looking forward to that because I want to read all the Avatar stuff as long as it's good. Apparently it also has a Minecraft comic in it.
A Minecraft comic?
Because I thought it was an ad.
Oh.
But it says also featuring.
Nice.
So Because a lot of times with the free comic book day books, it's
Mhm.
more than one story because
Now-
they're really just wanting to get you into
I'm
the.
curious about that. Is that connected to the new anime movie that unfortunately got leaked to the internet, but hopefully comes out later this year? And
I hope so.
there's actually been a little for those of you who missed it, there's a really well done animated Avatar: The Last Airbender movie where they've aged everybody up, and some Igmo leaked it to Twitter or X rather, and I mean it spread like a cancer. But here's the interesting thing on the back end: there's conversations now because of there's such an outcry of the community. They might actually put it to theaters,
I hope they do.
right?
Like, I am purposefully not going and finding that video because it's one thing from my previous years. While I no longer condone piracy. I never liked the stuff that came out before it was supposed to.
Yeah.
There's something to going, let's let this get out.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to, put on my eye patch, then I'm going to wait.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All right.
So, but I'm looking forward to this just because the world is so fascinating to me. And I haven't read a ton of the Avatar comics. I've read some of them on Hoopla.
Right.
But I'm excited about that.
I dig it. All right, so my first one is again, guys, I'm so sorry for all the noises I'm making over here. But it's the Mega Man Showdown special. And it looks like you have not X. What was the other guy's name? Oh no, I can't remember. The red robot from Mega Man.
Well, yeah.
Not Mega Man, but his friend fighting. I think it's called Shadow. But and it looks pretty cool. It looks epic. And plus, there's also a Mega Man Battle Network, because of our good friend Francisco, I did a deep dive into Mega Man a while back. Because Francisco, for those of you who don't know, Francisco Retro, he does Mega Man Mondays.
Yes.
And he's playing through all the Mega Man games that he has access to. But he bounces back and forth. I can say words between the original Nintendo Mega Man series and the Mega Man X.
Right.
But anyways, my brain stopped functioning. There have been so many evolutions of Mega Man. And Mega Man Battle Network is a evolution that came about in the early 2000s. And it was kind of a relaunch that came out, I think, on the Game Boy Advance. Don't quote me, but I think on Game Boy Advance. And in this one, it went from being the side-scroller platformer stuff, which they kind of got away from a little bit because they tried doing 3D stuff.
Right.
But it became more of almost a tactics based thing. Like you go into battle, and there's a grid, and you had to like choose where he went and did everything. It was interesting. I know a lot of people who that's their Mega Man, but this one, this looks pretty cool. The Mega Man in this one looks like the classic Mega Man. Not necessarily X, but a rezzed up version of the original Mega Man. So that's my first book that I got that I'm going to read. Celeste, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is one that I feel skeptical about, but I'm hoping I'll enjoy it.
Okay.
It's Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah.
Which is an old title that it looks like they're revamping. But I really loved Jessica Jones. And Jessica Jones is the lead singer of Gem.
I thought Jessica Jones was a really hardcore superhero from Marvel Comics who was super strong and had a whole series based off of her, and it was really tragic. I'm very confused.
In the comics, she was originally Gem.
Oh.
And then...
Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
And then all of the things happened that led to the series, because the series was based off a storyline in the comics. And all of that happened.
This is a massive genre jump. You understand that?
Yes.
This was a girl. This was like Poppy singing Barbie style girls cartoon.
Like
from the 80s and 90s.
Josie and the Pussycats type. Yeah.
this becomes Jessica Jones?
Yeah, it's actually referenced. There's some Jessica Jones is friends with Spider-Woman.
Let me see this book. I am tripping out here, ladies and gentlemen.
On the backside, it has My Little Pony. So don't, just to give you an idea of the thing.
Right.
So that's why I picked it up. Even though Boom is doing it, I'm wondering if they got rights to Gem or if it's connected at all.
I don't know. Like, they're not saying people's names, and I'm very confused.
But it's referenced. There's a storyline, which is what I was saying before you grabbed the book.
Where's my phone?
He's going to go Google now.
I am.
In one of the comics where Jessica had her baby that she had with Luke Cage. Luke Cage? Is it Luke Cage that's in Marvel? Or
I have no idea.
Quoting Mortal Kombat. We watched the series. Anyway, and Jessica Drew came and they were talking mom talk together. And so they were talking about how Jessica started out as this sweet, innocent, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed hero wannabe, and nobody helped her out.
Okay. According to the internet, they're not the same.
What?
At all. It's Jerrica Benton is the lead singer.
Then where did...
The confusion may stem from a comic book writer, Kelly Thompson, who wrote both Jim the Holograms and Jessica Jones. And from what I'm seeing, it's a matter of, this is a fan fiction theory. It's the same person.
But they referenced it. Wait a second. Hang on. Okay, well, maybe I'm not as excited about this book as I thought.
I just ruined Celeste's excitement, guys. I'm so sorry, Celeste. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like, there's just, when you said that, I'm going, are you kidding me? Like, there's no way. But maybe not. Like, I'm looking at an article right now. It says Jim and the Holograms, Dark Jim by Kelly Thompson. Yeah, so the lady wrote
I got confused.
Okay.
She was originally Jewel. And she was a costumed superhero characterized by a white bodysuit and pink hair.
Yes, I knew that.
I thought, that's my bad. Well, dang.
Do you want to pick another number 2?
No, because we've already spent time while talking about this one. So,
all right. So my number 2 is the book I got. This is another free comic book day. I should point out that no, it's not a free comic book day. It's a comics giveaway day. This is the other company that I have, and it's a Marvel 20th Century Fox. And there's actually 3 stories into this that are Alien, Predator, and Planet of the Apes. Now, cards on the table. I've already read this. I read it while I was cooking our dinner tonight. Huzzah. Double tasking. Multitasking. Put it on the job apps. Anyways.
Let us know if you get that reference.
Please do. So anyways, this was actually a really interesting, there's 3 different stories. The first story, the alien story, takes place on some planet. This dude's been basically working with cybernetic stuff, trying to create basically perfect soldiers to basically fight the aliens. And it all goes sideways, basically. But it's called Kingmaker. Or no, King Killer is what it's called. And let me double check that. Yeah, no, it's Kingmaker. It was actually pretty interesting. It was 5 cybernetic individuals labeled with colors: red, green, white, blue, something else. Basically Power Rangers. But they all have enhancements. And in it, it's like the graduation day. And again, this is like a short little like intro thing, right? On their graduation day, they have to go for a final test where they fight a predator. Well, they have not a predator, an alien. They have these abilities to change. One girl can like shoot out like acid out of her arms or something like that. But another one, like they have this ability to kind of sense the aliens. And basically, they have been designed so the aliens think that they are one of them. And they realize that they're being used. They're like, why should we help these humans? It was interesting. The second one was for a new Predator book called The Garden or something like that. And it looks like it's like this kind of like battle world type of situation. And the Predator's going to be, it's called Predator Bloodshed. It's a saga of the Garden. And basically it's this one Predator's fighting like all these best warriors. The last thing is what got really interesting. I say got really interesting. It threw me off. I wasn't expecting it. It's a Planet of the Apes story. And you're following around, and basically the apes are like, we're gonna kill all the humans because they found one that talks. And there's a lady who's dressed up in a U.S. military U.S. NASA spacesuit, and she's running for her life. And all of a sudden, the apes are being killed. Like something is like taking them out. Turn around, it's a predator. They're putting out Predator versus Planet of the Apes.
I'd read it.
I don't know. Like I'm not like so. I'm cool with Planet of the Apes. Not my biggest thing, but I was intrigued. But in the middle of that, this is where I was like, "What?" Advertisement for another Predator book. Predator's doing everything, by the way.
Yeah.
Predator's fighting Spider-Man coming out soon. But you know who else he's going to fight? Fantastic Four.
But why?
I have no idea.
Like this.
It'll make sense at some point.
This is the thing I don't understand. Like, why?
They look for the strongest warriors, and they are Earth's mightiest heroes.
That's okay. That makes sense. But why Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Like, don't get me wrong. I love Spider-Man, but he's not the strongest. He's the most smart aleck.
Yeah.
But
I'm as a fan of Predator, I'm interested to check it out. I'm curious if Branson will do a kind of a co-writing thing, and we will do Spider-Man versus Predator together conversation.
That would be interesting.
Because he's a huge Spider-Man fan.
He is. That would be interesting.
So that was my number 2.
Okay.
Celeste, what's your number 3?
Real quick, just to talk again real fast about your number 2. I actually just had a whole conversation with someone trying to explain the Aliens and the Predator universes.
Really?
And they had never watched them.
Who was this?
Squid.
How does Squid not have seen these things?
She's never watched Alien. She watched like the first half of the OG Predator, and I was like, oh, so you watched the half that was bad. Because we know my opinions on that.
Why am I surprised that Squid has never seen this?
That's, I don't know. So, like, you were very shook right now. But it was the whole conversation.
Has her husband seen these?
I would assume yes.
He needs to do his job.
Well, they've only been married a year, and they have a young'un. They're a whole.
They can make this happen.
I mean, yes, but like I said,
priority, Celeste.
I told her, I legitimately said this. I said, I feel like the first Alien movie is quite soothing until everybody starts to die.
It's always relaxing until people start screaming.
Exactly. The little squid will be fine with it.
Yeah. Should be asleep. All right.
Okay. Back to my third book.
Yes.
I got one that I'm fascinated by, and it's called Webtoon Unscrolled.
Webtoon Unscrolled?
Now, I am a big fan of Webtoon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have as many that I keep up with right now as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
When Lore Olympus was going on, I kept up with several at the same time,
Ah.
mostly because I was jonesing Lore Olympus, and so I went and found other things that were like it.
That's fair.
So now I'm just buying the Lore Olympus books when they come out. But I have a few that are like Willow Worm, and I can't think of the name of the other one that I read, but it's about a little ball of yarn.
Right.
Who sells yarn, and it changes color based on her attitude.
Oh, yeah,
attitude.
yeah. You showed me that the other day.
I don't know if it's a male or female.
I don't know. It's a ball of yarn.
It's a ball of yarn. So I don't know. I don't recognize anything on this cover, but I'm intrigued because I'm going, okay, well, Webtoon has gotten big enough now. You have Lore Olympus, which is huge, and getting a show
Right.
that's come from this. It was originally what they call a Canva project, meaning that it wasn't paid.
Oh.
Rachel Smythe just started putting things up, and it got so popular that Webtoon was like, "Hey, we'll pay you," and it shifted over to the Webtoon official stuff. So, so you have things like that. You have things like True Beauty, which has an anime.
Okay.
So it's interesting. So I'm intrigued to see them branching into the comics, the physical comics,
Right.
since they are predominantly an app.
Oh.
Like, most of this stuff is not published. That's why it's such a big deal to have the books.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Especially
a big deal for those artists too.
Especially since Webtoon took down all of Lore Olympus, so you can't go reread it for free. Anyway.
Do you think did they do that, or did the artist do it because she has the books out?
She probably did that.
Well, good on her.
If I had to guess. But it's just interesting to watch the development of this app. And so if they are branching into physical media, I'm all for that.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool. All right, my final book is Street Fighter Forever Issue 0. And this was a really interesting thing. All the character designs are based off Street Fighter 6, which, cards on the table. I've been wanting to pick up and play Street Fighter 6 for the last 3 months. Just haven't done it. It's
Being
there.
Responsible.
I was in a game hole this morning. So I've just finished playing Pragmata. Review coming soon. And by the way, we're going to be playing New Game Plus Pragmata on stream starting this week. But I was in a game hole looking around. I should play Street Fighter. I just didn't pull it out, right? I've been wanting to. This just made me want to do it all the more. But it's 9 o'clock at night, and I have to edit this podcast, so I'm not going to do it tonight.
No.
But it was really cool. And you follow Ryu as he has this dream state training thing. And he's kind of going through a lot of conversations in it. And it gives you kind of glimpses at other Street Fighters as he kind of travels through this meditative state. And I don't know, it's cool. I like the introspective discussions of all right, well, what is the purpose of fighting? What is the purpose of strength? All sort of stuff. So, but apparently, and I'm going to flip over to the back of the book, coming out in June, we're going to have more Street Fighter comics come out. Street Fighter Masters, and that issue is going to be focused around Ken. And then in August, you're going to have Street Fighter Masters following a girl named Juri, I think she's the ballerina in it. And so I can't remember now. It's been a while since I played it.
Is she the little one who did Chun-Li style, but she has cute little braids?
No, this one wears pink and she has Muay Thai padding on.
Never mind.
So, but anyways, I don't know. I'm interested in it. It's gonna be fun. I said this the other day on Francisco's stream. I like Street Fighter. I'm just terrible at it. I know I suck at it. And but I enjoy it. I enjoyed the stories of it. There's there's stories of Street Fighter. There's another story. And I think I've watched just about every Street Fighter cartoon, movie, story, whatever it is. But I was thinking about it. I've never read a comic.
Interesting.
This is the first time I've read a Street Fighter comic in my life. And I enjoyed it. So I'm curious to see what takes place with this.
Yeah.
Also, cool little thing I saw in the back of the book was an advertisement. Shout out to you Mega Man fans. But coming in May, which is right now, May, you have Mega Man Adventures Volume 1 hard copy.
Oh.
They're taking classic Mega Man comics and they're putting them together in collections. So collection 1 comes out in May, and then December collection 2 comes out. And they look like they're pretty beefy little books. So if you're a Mega Man fan, that might be something for you. So those are my free comic book day comics I want to talk about today.
There we go.
And I want to hear from you guys. From what we've talked about, what would you like for us to pick up and stick with to talk about with you guys in future episodes? Let us know. because we want to deliver the content that you like. And so, and if you would like to have a whole fan theory of how we get from Jim and the Holograms to Jessica Jones, let us know, and we will make something happen.
I was so confused with that.
I'm gonna make if the audience wants it, I'll figure out a way to make it so that it happens.
Dallas is gonna make a whole like murder board over here. red yarn and everything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for 9 years of putting up with irregular podcasting. Also, one thing I didn't point out, we didn't say that was kind of cool. We had somebody approach us a couple of weeks ago because they saw that we talked about them on our podcast.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was neat. We did a podcast. The last episode we talked about going to the Louisiana Fine Arts Festival. Highlighted one of the pieces. Later, Celeste and I were at a conference, and this couple comes up. I say couple. I don't know if they were a couple or not, but this man and this woman come up, and they have this young lady, and one of them is her youth pastor, or both of them. I don't know. But basically, she had seen our podcast, saw her artwork, and she was kind of fangirling when she saw you, because you're the one who was on screen.
Right.
And so it was kind of cool to see that place. And what was cool for me was that for that little girl, she felt special for a moment.
Yeah.
Because we were able to highlight that. And to me, that gave me a lot of joy.
I felt kind of bad because she came up to us right before things were about to kick off.
Uh-huh.
And then I had to go to the bathroom. And so I left. He was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, I'm going to tag you in. And got you to be the main person for the conversation so I could go to the bathroom before service started. And I was like, I feel so bad that I just ditched her, but I really had to go.
That's so funny. Oh, my gosh. So, well, babe, you got anything else you want to add to the conversation before we close it up?
Think we're good.
All right. Land the plane, babe.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Comm Talk today. If you have loved this episode, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify to rate and leave a review. It is very much appreciated. So until next time, stay devoted.
Peace and love.